How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to my Dead Space 100% Collectibles guide. This is chapter 11. So, first of all, we're going to get the achievement trophy. There's always Peng. We're starting off back at the tram station. This is where you'll need to go for the main objective. You'll end up in the room with the marker, pretty much at the beginning of this chapter, where you need to move it around and activate the bridges and stuff like that. You'll come down this elevator at the beginning, and when you get to the bottom of this elevator, you just want to turn immediately to your left, and there will be some kinesis boxes in your way. Watch out for necromorphs as you enter. Yeah, just over there is where the Peng treasure is. Move these kinesis boxes out of the way. And in this locker is where you can find the Peng treasure. Get you that achievement or trophy. This is a really short mission for Collectibles, but starting from pretty much the same place where we found the Peng treasure, just at the bottom of the elevator as you enter this area. For anyone who's using timestamps, this is the room that you move the marker around in with the load-in gear, and you have to move the bridges and whatnot. Over here by this dead wall tentacle guy, you can find the weapon upgrade for the force gun, which is the suspension module. So I'm going to dial it back a couple of notches and start from this point every time. This next audio log is pretty much right next to the one we just got, but in case anyone's using timestamps, they can follow from pretty much outside where the Peng treasure is. This is the room where you have to move the marker around with the load-in gear and move the bridges and stuff. There's the audio log right there.
I'm being held prisoner by Dr. Mercer.
Check the map if you are confused as to where I am, but we've also got a node in this room. Again, this is the room where you move the marker around. Right next to the Peng treasure is where we're starting. In the room where you move the marker with the load-in gear and mess with the bridges and stuff. The node is just in this corner over here. Okay, so in the same room where the marker is resting, we have to move it, is a marker fragment. The last marker fragment you'll need to get the alternate ending. You can only get this on New Game Plus. You may notice some of my footage changing to show you where the markers are. It's just on that shelf on that corner. I know that was kind of a quick one. So from the same room, we're going to have to backtrack to the crew deck so that we can activate the alternate ending. If you're here just for the achievement, then you're going to have to go back to the crew deck, which you only gain access to in Chapter 10. But to get all of the marker fragments, you're going to have played past that point anyway. So assuming you've been following me, we're going to head back and go to the tram first of all so that we can get to the crew deck. You may have noticed I'm using different footage to show the marker fragments. And that's because this is a new game save that I'm showing all of the collectibles on, because if I was to do it on New Game Plus, some of the collectibles wouldn't show up. So like schematics and weapon pickups and stuff. So I just decided to do this on a new game file. That way you can follow along quite easily and I can show exactly where they all are. Except for the marker fragments, because obviously they don't show up in New Game, so I'm having to switch to like different footage from my own playthrough when I got the marker fragments for the first time. But because of that, you guys won't get to see me actually putting the marker fragments down on the table. Basically, when you have all 12, you have to go to this area that I'm taking you to now and interact with the table, and then you'll see all 12 of the marker fragments on the table. However, because this is New Game, and I don't have footage of me putting the fragments down on the table, you're not going to see that. But, you know, as long as you followed along with me and you've got all the marker fragments that I have showed you, and this is New Game Plus, it'll work for you. Which is all that matters, really. You don't really miss anything by not seeing the footage of my fragments not appearing. I just couldn't find the footage of me doing this on New Game Plus, but it doesn't really make a difference. As long as you guys know how to get there. We're going back to the executive quarters in the crew deck. This is where you can find Matthias's room. When you come in here, you'll get attacked by necromorphs, but we'll cut that out and we're going to go in this room. First room on the left, Captain B. Matthias. In here, you've got this sort of table with all these candles on. Interact with it. You'll see the marker fragments appear. And if that all goes smoothly, you'll get the alternate ending. Alright, so when we need to move the marker towards the shuttle, if we head towards the marker, we can find a node pretty much right next to it as we enter that area. So come all the way back here to where the marker will be. It might not show up just yet, but it will show up shortly in this area. But the node is just to the left as you enter this room right here. I think you need to land to actually open this box. Wouldn't let me do it for a second, so I had to back up and land so that I could actually open it. One more collectible to get for this chapter then. This is another node. This is a very short mission for collectibles. So I've started here, just in the area where Kine gets shot. Don't ask me why, but I wanted to bring Kine with me here. I felt bad for the guy. Don't know if I should or not. What kind of happens with this guy if you leave his body here? When you come back to get on the shuttle, his body disappears. But if you bring him with you the whole time, you can actually put him on the shuttle. The sucky thing is that he disappears when you go to chapter 12. But at least he got to take a ride on that shuttle, man. In my head, we got him off the Ishimura anyway. Also, it doesn't matter because we've got to wait for Daniels to shut up. She literally talks for ages here, but you need to wait here for her to stop talking. Then you'll get a call from Nicole. When that ends, you can go through this door. I'm still bringing Kind with me. I feel bad for him. So we're going all the way up here. I'm sorry for being a little bit slow, but I was determined. Open up this door, and the node is in this room, just on your right. Right there. Okay, so that's all the collectibles for chapter 11. Hopefully the guides are helping you out. Let me know in the comment section if they are. Like and subscribe if you want to help me out. Have a little look at the log list if you need to. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. And until next time, take it easy.